Hello everyone, this evening...
Well, showing a lot of faith in this batting lineup. Going first on this pitch is either a masterstroke or a disaster waiting to happen.
Abbott has the ball in hand and will get us underway. Hopefully there'll be some swing and bounce with this new ball early on.
Winning.
Nice shot off the front foot. First ball of the innings and off the mark.
Seemed very happy to take the boundary first up. Punched away nicely to get off the mark.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer. There'll be one run here for them. Jack is new to the crease. They'll be keen to field bat on ball early on.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
Doesn't beat the infield.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yep.
Times it nicely.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
End of the over, 10 runs coming from it. The Invincibles are none for 10.
Winning.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep.
Oh, faintest of sounds. No one to catch it, though. Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball. But you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come. Perfectly timed.
No trouble at all to punch it away to the boundary for 4. A poor delivery.
Butler, I don't think, will be too happy with their bowler at the moment.
A bit of shape on the ball as they let it go through. Tailed just a little at the end as it went through to the keeper.
Winning.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Short and wide, did well to get some bat on that.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Bit of a wild delivery. I'd have been calling that wise, but, well, the umpire didn't agree with me.
End of the over, 9 off it. The Invincibles are none for 19. Edged it.
Misses out there on the short, wide one.
Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Yes, well taken in the slips.
That is a big wicket. You want to send key people back to the pavilion quickly. Excellent work.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark their guard. They just need to rotate the strike early on as they get settled.
Wait.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Short and wide. Did well to get some bat on that. Just dropped too short and that's flown too high.
Overstepped on that occasion.
Wait.
Just too much height on that one.
Always a sign of a strong captain in situations like this, just to step in and help give some confidence back to the bowler.
Wait.
Got way too much bounce on that delivery.
We've all been there. Nothing seems to be going right. All you can do is get your head down and remember the basics.
Left alone and easily through to the keeper.
Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible.
There was absolutely a second on then, being a little bit too risk-averse out in the middle.
End of the over, 4 runs coming from it. The Invincibles are 1 for 23.
Yep.
Well placed, should get a single.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
Yep.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think. A couple on offer here.
Yes.
Nicely played.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was absolutely no point in chasing that.
Yep.
Beautifully played through the leg side off the back foot.
There was minimal follow through, just great timing to punch it through the field for 4.
Yeah, yep.
They'll get at least 1. Straight to the fielder. End of the over. 12 runs coming from it. The Invincibles are 1 for 35. Parkinson from the northern end.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Decisive running might have got them 2. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Big edge.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
A wonderful delivery to get the edge. They've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary. Should at least get a couple.
Yeah, yep.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary.
Wait.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Hit that well off the back foot, but couldn't beat the field.
End of the over. Time for a little bit more freedom in the field. And with that, 5 fielders can now be put outside the circle. Gone!
Yay!
Brilliant diving catch. They made it look so easy.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
Difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take plenty of time to set themselves up before facing their first ball.
Yep.
That shot allows them to get off the mark.
Yep.
Just too much height on that one.
Always looking to cash in on a free hit. Up to the bowler to come up with something to prevent it happening.
Yep. Yep.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Yes.
Abbott doing really well to keep the pressure on these two. Another good over of bowling. The right armour is coming into the attack from the pavilion end.
Wait.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot, couldn't find a gap. It looked a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire, though, has given it as a wide.
Yep.
Great timing, right off the meat of the bat.
Off the front foot, hit it with all the power and elegance of a batter, right at the top of their game.
Boundary off the last ball. What's to come off this delivery, I wonder?
That was a pretty wild delivery, lost all control.
Yep.
Brilliant shot, that.
Well, that was a really solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for four.
Edge, what a ball. Easy catch. Didn't have to move, really.
They've played the most brilliant innings here, which could well have turned this match around. It's certainly entertained this crowd, who's loved every minute of it.
This is everything.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Parkinson getting a wicket in that over. Really great bowling. There wasn't much on offer to the batters. Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. A beauty. Brilliant catch.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
Misjudged that and takes a hit on the body.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Hit right on the body. Misjudged it a bit, maybe. Couldn't seem to get out of the way. That will have hurt.
Wait there.
Yep.
Comfortable single if they take it.
Seems slightly odd not just to take the single that was on offer there.
That's the end of a fantastic over. No runs from the bat and a wicket added to the tally as well. Russell, the right armour, is coming into the attack from the northern end.
Yes.
Chance to run 2.
Manipulating the field, asking questions of the opposition captain as they take a single.
Yep.
Really good shot there.
Run.
Pierced the gap and gets their first runs. Russell just needs to continue finding good spots now.
Waiting.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Hit that well off the back foot, but couldn't beat the field.
Yep.
There was trouble for a moment, but these two are quick enough to avoid the run out in the end.
Yes.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
Keeper.
7 runs added there. The Invincibles are 4 for 67.
The Oval Invincibles are now 4 for 67.
Yep.
They'd look for a couple here.
A brilliant throw-in from the deep caps off what was a fabulous piece of fielding.
Good bowling. Yes.
Strays onto leg and glanced it sweetly. Might just get to the boundary rope.
This is where they can be so good because they were so quick to get back and onto this.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key.
Yep.
End of the over. 7 runs coming from it. The Invincibles are 4 for 74. Walter into the attack now from the pavilion end.
Yep.
Edge. Amazing delivery. Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting.
No interest in that one from the batter. Walter will be wanting to hone in on a better line and length to make them play next time. You can understand why on that line they thought it was safe to let it straight through to the keeper.
Wait on.
Oh, there you go, a no ball. Maybe just trying a little too hard. Just need to get more control back.
They'll want to make use of the extra delivery.
Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
Waiting.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
A little late on that, no run scored.
Waiting.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot.
3 runs added in that over. The Invincibles are 477.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer. There'll be 1 run here for them. Quick onto that in the infield.
Hit that well off the back foot, but couldn't beat the field.
Yep.
Good shot. A beauty.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was no point chasing that.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Yep.
Walter has had a pretty good over. Just needed a bit more luck to find a wicket.
Are now 4 for 85.
Waiting. Yep.
I'm not sure what happened with that delivery. Maybe trying the slower ball, but just got it all wrong. Umpire signals wide. Such a poor delivery. Really need to work out what actually went wrong there.
Huge shout. The bowler seems very confident with that one. The keeper seems convinced this is out. Could be worthwhile sending it to the third umpire.
Nothing picked up from the bat. This could spell trouble. How close is that? Could be the wicket. Oh, that's so close, but the decision will stay the same. And it's unfortunate in the end, but if you're the batter, you're still there.
Not the best decision to review that. The umpire has got it spot on.
Got their head right in line with the ball. A beautiful strike there down the ground.
Out! Good catch.
Starting to get really interesting now. That's the 5th wicket, and a very frustrated person is heading back to the pavilion.
The Oval Invincibles.
Yep.
Edge. Unplayable.
Keeper.
8 runs added there. The Invincibles are 5 for 93.
Invincibles are now 5 for 93.
Not the ideal way of handling that ball.
Just threw the shot too early.
Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Doesn't beat the infield.
Short and wide, did well to get some bat on that.
What?
Perfectly timed.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for 4, driven away nicely.
Butler, I don't think, will be too happy with their bowler at the moment.
Yes.
Massive edge.
Yep.
Well placed. Should get a single. 7 runs added in that over. The Invincibles are 5 for 100.
5 for 100.
Misses out there on the short, wide one.
Yes.
Nice shot. Runs possible. A couple on offer here. Power and precision in that shot.
Read that really well. A fantastic back foot shot that's raced through the infield and straight to the boundary.
Yes.
Finds the edge. Straight to the fielder.
The risk isn't worth it for just a single. In the end, a good decision by the batters.
End of the over. 6 runs coming from it. The Invincibles are 5 for 106.
Yep.
Good batting. Get an opportunity to score and take it.
Keeper. Yes.
They'll get at least 1.
It was slightly shorter, but it was seen early. Got onto the back foot quickly. Just pushed it away behind square.
Yes.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Just pivoted onto the back foot. So easily done to knock it behind square.
Yep.
Time that perfectly.
You could see by how it whistled away to the boundary just how sweetly this was timed.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary. Should at least get a couple.
Tucked it nicely into the gap. Pick up a single, rotate the strike.
End of the over, 10 offered. The Invincibles are 5 for 116. We've seen good control and spin from this bowler. Looking forward to seeing what they can do here.
Didn't hit that well. Very late playing that shot.
Yep. Super shot that.
Well, it was hammered away, timed perfectly and placed into the gap.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms. Onto the front foot. Super shot. Should be 4.
The fielder could only pick that up off the boundary rope. Punched that away through the covers with exquisite timing.
Yep. Great shot through the gap.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away.
Yes. Decisive running might have got them too. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Questions will begin to be asked. Should the captain make a change? A big over that one. Too many loose deliveries. Pulled in off the boundary rope. Good fielding out there.
Yep. Keeper. Yep.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yep.
Needs a direct hit.
Yes.
Times it nicely.
Found the middle of the bat. Great timing. Lovely front foot shot. That has raced to the boundary.
10 runs added there. The Invincibles are 5 for 139. Going with pace now.
Yep.
Caught first ball of the new over. What a disappointment.
Really getting towards the tail enders now. 6th wicket gone. There's not a lot left in this lineup.
And with that wicket, we'll see a change out in the middle. Cox, whose first task is getting themselves settled. Big edge. A wonderful delivery to get the edge. You've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again. Thick edge. Strong appeal. Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. Edge. What a ball. Nicked it.
Good precision with the throw, back from the deep.
End of the over, 2 runs added. The Invincibles are 6 for 141. Last over of this innings, no point defending now. Edged it. Big shout. There's a challenge. Not sure what good it'll do. Looks unlikely it'll be overturned. Brilliant decision to review. They bat on.
Pitching in line, just a case now on if it's hitting the stumps.
Huge edge. The whole team goes up for that one. They feel pretty confident about this. Gone! What a catch, diving across. Looked for all money as if it was going through.
That was a real shame. That was a brilliant innings. Really was heading towards something special. A good wicket to take at this stage. And they're away and nicely off the mark.
Cox takes guard. Been in pretty good touch lately. You wouldn't want to let them get away early with some easy boundaries. Beautifully played through the leg side off the back foot.
Seemed very happy to take the boundary first up. Punched away nicely to get off the mark.
An inexpensive over ends and a wicket coming from it. And that's the end of the innings. The Invincibles have set a target of 147 runs.
Right there.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Lovely shot to start the innings. Unfortunate they just couldn't find a gap.
Beaten on the drive.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Super piece of timing.
Perhaps that slipped out of the hand a little during the release. Butler didn't mind and sent it high and handsome over the boundary rope for 6.
You can see how good this pitch can be for batting. You want the player coming forward, but it's a tight margin. Only a touch full and put away. Misses everything.
Nice one.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. That's poor play.
Wait.
Does very well to get quickly across to that one.
Hit that well off the back foot, but couldn't beat the field.
Over. The Originals are none for 6. In a Rhine from the northern end. That's right off the meat of the bat.
That one they got hold of. The slower ball didn't work and it went all the way.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball. But you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come. Flew away with pace. Brilliant timing.
That was seen so early. The timing was brilliant and that has stayed hit. Fantastic.
Good bit of timing there.
Off the front foot, hit it with all the power and elegance of a batter right at the top of their game.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you've just got to accept it and move on. Oh, wow, that's missed the lot.
Beautiful slower delivery, just hitting air on that one. That was just too good.
Middle that one, great timing.
That's a brilliantly aggressive shot. Gets onto the front foot and it's flown over the boundary.
A brilliant over for the batting side. Not so for the bowlers. A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on as they bring a bit of energy to the crease. Absolutely nailed it.
Hit that one on the up. A fabulous drive for 6.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot. Right out of the middle.
Well, that's what you pay your entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
Salt has got the big shot away this over. Now they can focus on playing the next ball on its merits. Great timing, right off the meat of the bat.
That's just a brilliantly aggressive shot. Gets onto the front foot and it's flown over the boundary.
That's an unbelievable shot into the crowd.
The 50 comes up between this pair. It's been a strong partnership so far. A lot of people in the dressing room will be hoping it can continue.
Nice shot.
Well, that's a waste of a delivery. Absolutely no trouble getting onto it and dispatching it for 6.
End of the over, and what a beauty it was. Say what you want about the bowling, but you've still got to hit them. Majestic batting. Nicely played.
That's what you pay the entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
Hit that hard. Nailed it.
Managed to get onto the front foot early and just incredible power to loft that one over the boundary.
Curran is finding it difficult to contain this pair at the moment. My advice would be to go back to your stock delivery and move on from there. Time that brilliantly.
That's just timed brilliantly. He moves closer to 50. It's going to take something special to get the wicket.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key. That's gone all the way, right out of the middle.
Well, it's a case of blink and you miss it with this innings. 50 brought up, and what a devastating passage of play it's been. That is an amazing half-century, just mammoth stroke making. Such an impressive stint at the crease so far.
Goes up and over for 6. That's the positive option.
Just missed the line, not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that in awe.
That's the over. The originals are none for 90. That's right out of the middle of the bat.
Well, that was just textbook. Finds the space and power to lift that ball over the top, and it just keeps going.
Huge shot. That's a massive shot. Just incredible. A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond. Drives and misses everything.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Nice one.
A good piece of bowling there. A little bit of pace off the delivery, and the batter is all at sea.
Got all of it, and for 6.
Lovely shot. Gets on the drive, just powers that over the boundary. Wonderful timing.
End of the over, end of the restrictions. I'm sure there'll be some big fielding changes coming. The Invincibles are now allowed 5 fielders outside the circle.
That shot brings up the half century. Beautiful batting display. Very solid. I think this is just the start.
Waiting.
Catch! Caught and bowled.
The first wicket is down, back to the pavilion, and the disappointment is etched on their face. Can't believe they've got out like that.
Wait.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
Yep.
There'll be 1 run here for them.
That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
Oh my, that's just flown off the middle.
That ball has been hit. It has flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward on the front foot is ridiculous.
Gone. Excellent catch, close to the bat.
Well, they lose the second wicket. It's a long way back to the sheds, and you can tell they're not happy with that dismissal.
The team will be after a positive innings from this batter. A great opportunity to come in and put some runs on the board. Great shot. At least 1 on offer.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Crashed away to the boundary. What a shot to start with.
There was a bit of width on that, and they've climbed into the shot to send it up and over for 6.
Billings, I don't think, will be too happy with their bowler at the moment. That's right out of the middle of the bat.
That ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward on the front foot is ridiculous.
Super shot.
No trouble at all to punch it away to the boundary for 4. A poor delivery.
Curran shouldn't be too worried about that last ball. They've got them playing their shots. Just need to tighten their areas now. That's going a long way. What a shot that is.
The runs are starting to come now. Really good shot for 6. This innings is starting to build.
Right off the middle of the bat. A brilliant batting effort gets them home easily in the end. A fabulous all-round performance in what has been a dominant display.